Bernard William Jewry, known professionally as Shane Fenton and later as Alvin Stardust, was an English pop singer and stage actor. Performing first as Shane Fenton in the 1960s, Jewry had a moderately successful career in the pre-Beatles era, hitting the UK Top 40 with 4 singles in 1961-62. However, he became better known for singles released in the 1970s and 1980s as Alvin Stardust, including the UK singles chart topper Jealous Mind, as well as later hits such as Pretend, and I Feel Like Buddy Holly. Jewry did not originate either of his stage personas, in both cases taking over these personas from other artists. Early life and career: Bernard William Jewry was born September 27, 1942 in Muswell Hill, North London. Moving to Mansfield, Nottinghamshire, at a young age where his mother ran a boarding house frequented by musicians and entertainers appearing locally, Jewry attended the Southwell Minster Collegiate Grammar School in Southwell, Nottinghamshire, near Newark-upon-Trent, as a boarder. He made his stage debut in pantomime at the age of 4. In the early 1960s, Shane Fenton and the Fentons were an unknown teenage band who recorded a demo tape and mailed it into a BBC programme with the hope of being picked to appear on television. While awaiting a reply from the BBC, the band's 17-year-old singer Shane Fenton died as a result of the rheumatic fever he had suffered in childhood. The rest of the band decided to break up, but then unexpectedly received a letter from the BBC inviting them to come to London to audition in person for the programme. Theakston's mother asked the band to stay together, and to keep its name, in honour of her son's memory. Jewry, who was a roadie with the group at the time, was asked to join the band and to use Shane Fenton as a pseudonym. The combo had a handful of hits in the UK singles chart, basing their sound on that of The Shadows, I'm a Moody Guy, Walk Away, It's All Over Now, and their biggest hit, Cindy's Birthday. These and their subsequent misses were all on Parlophone Records. Jewry later also appeared in Billy Fury's movie Play It Cool. He was managed by Larry Parnes. Persona change: Jewry disappeared from the spotlight for a decade after the breakup of the Fentons, working in music management and performing at small venues with his wife Iris Caldwell, the sister of Rory Storm. During the early 1970s, however, he acquired a new persona, Alvin Stardust, cashing in on the glam rock bandwagon. His new name was given to him by Peter Shelley, the co-founder of Magnet Records. Shelley originated the persona of Alvin Stardust, writing, recording and singing the first Stardust single, My Cuckoo, in 1973. Shelley, however, had no interest in performing live or making public appearances, so even as My Cuckoo was climbing the charts, he was on the lookout for someone to take over the role of Alvin Stardust. Hal Carter, Jewry's manager, suggested his client as a substitute. Jewry took over as Stardust in time to lip-sync My Cuckoo on its first Top of the Pops appearance. All further Alvin Stardust records were sung by Jewry. Stardust had further chart successes with the hits Jealous Mind, You, Red Dress, and Good Love Can Never Die. In total, he amassed 7 top 10 entries, in a chart span lasting almost 25 years. Stardust was part of the Green Cross Code Road Safety Campaign Children's Heroes, which saw him instructing children to look both ways before they crossed the road. Since the 1980s, Pretend was a hit in the United Kingdom in 1981, reaching number 4 in the UK singles chart. It reached number 1 in the Dutch Top 40 in November 1981. The song was also successful in Portugal in 1983. The singles I Feel Like Buddy Holly, written and produced by Mike Batt, and I Won't Run Away reached number 7 in the UK singles chart, in 1984. So Near to Christmas was a minor hit, number 29, in the same year. He participated in A Song for Europe, the UK qualifying heat of the Eurovision Song Contest, in 1985, with the song The Clock on the Wall. He finished in 3rd place behind Vicky and Kerry Wells. In 1986, Stardust performed the duet I Hope and I Pray with Sheila Walsh on her album Shadowlands, which was released as a single. That year he also performed at Windsor Castle as a lead in the Lloyd Webber Euro Rice musical Cricket. Stardust also starred in the UK tour of Godspell and played Uriah Heep and David Copperfield the musical and Sir Billy Butlin in The Butlin Story at the London Palladium. In 2005 he starred as the child catcher in Chutty Chutty Bang Bang, also at the London Palladium. Stardust has numerous television appearances to his credit, and continued to tour as a performer and singer. In 1989, he also hosted his own Sunday morning children's TV series on ITV called It Stardust. It featured stories, songs, poems, jokes and also cartoons and shows for younger children including The Adventures of Parsley, Little Miss in Satellite City. During one show, in 1994, he was performing Maiku Kachu, when one of the pyrotechnics went wrong and blew up in his face, knocking him to the ground. After a night in hospital, he was checked out the next day with no major problems. In 2011, Stardust made a return to the stage as a singer rather than an actor, and was due to play the Arts Guild Theatre in Greenock on October 28. Personal life: Stardust was married 3 times. His first marriage was to Iris Caldwell, sister of Rory Storm and an ex-girlfriend of both George Harrison and Paul McCartney, as she had grown up with them in Liverpool. In 1981, Stardust married the actress Liza Goddard. Their daughter, Sophie Jewry, was critically injured at the age of 2 months after she fell down a set of stairs and suffered a severe fracture of the skull. She later recovered from her injuries. Stardust was married to the actress and choreographer Julie Patton at the time of his death. His son, Shane Fenton, is the head teacher at Reargate Grammar School, and was previously head teacher at Pates Grammar School and Sir John Laws School. His other son, Adam, is a music producer and DJ, known as Adam F. Stardust's third child, Sophie Jewry, runs her own business and lives in Norfolk with her partner and daughter. Stardust's fourth child, Millie Margaret May, was born in December 2000. The christening was covered by OK! Magazine, with Sir Cliff Richard as one of the godparents. As wife Julie hails from Swansea, a Welsh flavour was provided by a harpist and Welsh male voice choir, the Gwaelier Singers from Swansea. Fish and chips were served, as it was Stardust's favourite dish. Death: Stardust died after a brief illness. This was confirmed by his manager on the morning of October 23, 2014. His death came just weeks before he was due to release his first album for 30 years and the day after his last show at the Regal Cinema Evesham. He had been diagnosed with prostate cancer 18 months earlier, which later metastasized. He died at home with his wife and family around him. Discography. References. External links: official website, shanafenton.co.uk, Shane Fenton and the Fentons website.